Why do we need ethics? And why it is so important to our program and courses? Good day, Prof. Good day, classmates. We are the Group 1. Hi, I am Duldulaki Shari, Abana Sheila May, Lazaro Lian Rain, Rodriguez Erica, and Tendera Jasmine. And we are here to provide you the information you need in the need for ethics.
The need for ethics in the tourism industry. Before we proceed to the topic about the need for ethics in the tourism industry, let's define first what is ethics and the tourism industry. Ethics, ethics is a study about what is morally wrong or right, and it is a reflection of human beings and the interaction of other people. Tourism industry is about all businesses that can provide goods and services to the people. And the example of that is hotels, restaurants, accommodations, and etc. And now let's proceed to the topic about the need for ethics in the tourism industry. It's important that we practice and know what is ethics because it's where we can develop ourselves and guide us to do the right thing. And in our course, the tourism industry is the sector that we can work in. So why is ethics important in the tourism industry? It's because in our workplace, we encounter different people with different personalities. But the question is, how do we deal with them and what the decisions and action we will take? There are two things that we can do. It's either the right thing or the wrong thing. So let me give you an example. In the restaurant where I work, there was a group of adults that who ate there. So they enjoyed and happy to the food that we served. Then until they asked for the bill and saw their receipt, the woman who was with them suddenly complained. Then she said why their bill was total like that. And even if she's our cashier for not knowing to calculate, she stood up and went to the front then complaining to our cashier. So our cashier just asked for a dispensation for the old woman and she didn't complain or respond to it in a negative way. She just apologized to them even though her self lowered too much for the accusing about how to not to calculate. So do you think the action of our cashier was right? Yes, it is right. Because there are many people that she will encounter and for getting worse, she make a wrong decisions and actions. It is okay to ask for the dispensations to the customer, although you lowered yourself or you lowered your pride, it is okay. It is the right thing that we can do. We should know how to handle that situation. Do not make it complicated. It will only cause more trouble, not only in yourself but also in the restaurant. That's why ethics is important in the tourism industry because ethics can build a respect and kindness not only for ourselves but also to other people. We have a right to choose what we will do in every situation.
In addition, ethics is important because of the following. Number one, satisfying human needs. This is when you fulfill the desires, expectations, needs, or demands of a person or the mind, etc. To give full contentment like a healthy meal to satisfy the hunger. Second is creating credibility. It is to inspire trust in others to demonstrate honesty and integrity in everything that you do. The third one is uniting people and leadership. I always believe that you are not a leader if you don't know how to follow. This is to have one common goal or one mission to achieve by a team organization like our group. Fourth one is improving decision making. Your fate and your destiny are the sum of all the decisions in life, so you need to be careful making one with all the values you need. The fifth one is achieving long-term gains. Terms or organization guided by ethics and values are profitable in the long run. This is where the trust makes profits. They'll be willing to do business with you. Last but not the least, securing the society from perdition and moral decay. This is one of the most important of ethics. This is to prevent us from harming the society and environment by using perdition. Perdition is a state of eternal punishment and damnation into which a sinful and unpenitent person passes after death. Beliefs to prevent moral decay, a decline in knowing the difference between right and wrong.
Based on Lorraine Greenfield's 2019 documentary, The Kingmaker is about the Marcos family converting 3,700-hectare Calawit Island, an obscure island in the province of Palawan. In their family safari and hunting grounds for the rich friend and tourism with a penchant of preying on animals. But prior to flying in the wildlife from Kenya in 1970s, First Lady Imelda Marcos ordered up the population of the said islands, displacing about 200 Tagpanwa tribal folks and relocating them to Hazley Island, a former leper colony.
A framework of the ethical and sustainable growth of international tourism is established by the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. It incorporates the fresh thinking that reflects how our society is changing at the dawn of the 21st century while drawing the inspiration from a number of earlier declaration and industrial norms of a similar nature. We have articles related to Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, but I'm going to discuss the Article 1, Section 1 and 2. Article 1. The understanding and promotion of the ethical values common to humanity, with an attitude of tolerance and respect for the diversity of religious, philosophical, and norms are both foundation and the consequence of responsible tourism. Stakeholders in tourism develop and tourists themselves should observe the social and cultural traditions and practices of all peoples, including those of minorities and indigenous people, and to recognize their worth. Section 2. Tourism activities should be conducted in harmony with the attributes and tradition of the host regions and countries and in respect of their laws, practices, and customs. According to Article 1, Section 1 and 2, we really have to maintain the balance between responsible tourism. When you are going to visit a particular community and there's a lot of minorities or indigenous people, definitely nandoon yung respect for their laws, practices, and customs. We really have to appreciate their customs, beliefs, and tradition. As tourists, we have boundaries or limitations. We are not there to influence them because they have this kind of distinct culture or diverse traditions na dapat i-maintain for their future.
Then, I am Jasmine. Just an addition to what Ms. Rodriguez said, so 1999, that was the year where GCET or the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism was adopted by General Assembly of the World Tourism Organization. And 2 years later, it acknowledged by United Nations and expressly encouraged United Nations World Tourism Organization to promote the effective follow-up of its provisions. But still, the code acknowledged the World Committee on Tourism Ethics role in its voluntary implementation, allowing stakeholders to refer matters related to its application and interpretation. So, to end this reporting, again, we have Ms. Duldulaw. Thank you.
In conclusion, ethics is certainly one of the most important requirements of humanity. Furthermore, without ethics, the world would have been an evil and chaotic place. Also, the advancement of humanity is not possible without ethics. Again, this is Group 1, and this is the need for ethics.